In my previous video I showed my fire infused ball lightning cast on ignite build, and since then I have tried a new setup to solve mana issues, using the Covenant tuning body armor. The most important line is the spell damage life leech, so if you're buying a corrupted one, make sure it still has that. Mine is a cheap corrupted one with life cost efficiency, it costs around 1 day. The best version being one where the base cost equal to 100% of mana cost is removed, but this is very expensive, currently 50 to 60 divines. It would allow getting a lot more procs on bosses, but I don't think it's really necessary since I already delete them very quickly, so I prefer keeping my currency for other upgrades or another build. We now allocate Mind Over Matter and use lifetap support in both Custom Ignite and Ball Lightning, so basically we have to treat our mana bar like our life bar and our life bar like our mana bar. It's a bit hard to get used to. You feel like you're low on life when you're not, but overall this makes us tankier against bosses and help broadcast and ignite more reliably. By the way, in the settings you can disable the low life effects that can get annoying. Another bonus is that the chest gives us life remnants for free, and don't forget we use the passives Vigorous Remnants and Arcane Remnants for 3% of max life and max mana for each remnant we collect. And these life remnants proc very often. To better use the life leech, you should get a Heart of the Well G-Well with % of leech is instant, preferably a high roll. I tried running a Sceptre to get enough spirit to run a cast on crit setup, and I found using Arc in there led to the smoothest experience. I use Sacred Flame for the high gain damage as extra fire damage. Also getting the Purity of Fire is nice for fixing resistances. The rest of the gear has not really changed, but now max life is not as important, so you can focus on ES and mana instead. I did some offensive upgrades since last time, mostly more spell levels, and I've anointed Evocational Practitioner for more procs and crit chance. Something I forgot to mention in the previous video is you can allocate efficient inscriptions to reduce the spirit cost of cast on elemental ailment. So if you have 43 or more spirits on your amulet, you can also run mana remnants. There's some changes to the passive tree. We removed all the points top part because we don't need elemental equilibrium anymore, and we're not focusing on lightning damage anymore. We allocate Mind Over Matter, of course. I grabbed a lot of flammability magnitude here, because from my testing I think it makes Custom Ignite proc a lot more. And then I allocated a lot of energy gain nodes here. More crit. Those 3 nodes are really nice because we use all 3 elemental elements, so it's basically 90% more damage, increased damage. And I removed mana cost efficiency because it doesn't affect lifetap nodes. And I grabbed freeze build up and some bonuses against frozen enemies here. So yeah, overall I recommend running this version over the pure mana one. I think you basically tankier and have more reliable procs. And I don't think I will make another update on this build. But if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.